35 trips around the Central Arizona Raceway, because race fans, this is what you saved your lunch money for. We're green at the Western World. Logan Seavey from the outside, immediately going to take off of the race lead. The Petty Performance car is going to battle it out for the second spot. We'll see who has the advantage here on lap number 1. Inside moving, the 3P of Kyle Cummins. He'll come around with the second spot. Oh, we've got him tangled up in the entrance to turn number 3. Red light's going to have to come on. So upside down on the start, Logan Calder with the driver on his side over in turn number 3. Field around of the NOS Energy start can take 2 here at the Western World. Good even drag race into turns 1 and 2. Cummins had the advantage into the middle of 1 and 2, but it will be Seavey charging the outside back up to the race lead. Cummins to the inside over in turns 3 and 4, trying to make something happen around to the front straightaway. It will be Seavey leading in 57. Cummins running in second, Ricky Thornton Jr. in third, Chase Stockin, Brady Bacon, your top 5 here with 1 lap in the books. Here comes Stockin once again, closing. He's got to run to the back straightaway. Where does he ride this time into turns 3 and 4? He's going to throw the slide. The 92 inside out through turns 3 and 4. The 20 RT outside in. They'll come around. The advantage will be to Thornton. Ricky Thornton holds on to the third spot, but can't hold it on to the far side of the speedway. Stockin rolls by to the outside. CJ Leary going to close in now. He's going to look to the inside, finds the door, getting slammed shut on him though. Kicks the car sideways, woes up the momentum, and that allows Brady Bacon now to close in at the MP Environmental number 4. Within about 4 car lengths onto the back straightway. Pair of lap cars put up the wall into turns 3 and 4. High line, low line, both blocked. Here comes the 3P down to the inside. The 57 working top shelf. It's going to be Logan Seavey holding on to it. 17 laps to go. Seavey leading. Cummins trying to keep him honest here. 0.451 seconds was the difference last time. Seavey having to go down to the bottom. Lap car to the outside. Cummins trying to hook the cushion and get a run to the front straightaway. Seavey able to use Charles Davis Jr. as the pick. Cummins having to get the car a little upset there. Able to turn back to the inside quickly, making up that ground. Not held up in the slightest here, as he's going to try to close back in. First and second, both off of the high line around to the front straightaway. Chase Stockin trails the leader by just about 1.5 seconds. Ricky Thornton, CJ Leary still your top 5. Starting to move up the racetrack, the line. Progressing through this 35-lap feature event. Here comes Cummins once again. He is within a car length as they work onto the back straightaway. Loses some ground into turns 3 and 4. He's going to stick to the high line. Leader's going to go down to the bottom. Oh, look out. That lap car just turned right drastically up the racetrack. Cummins not able to turn underneath them, as Cummins now going to go to the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Seavey up around the outside. Drag race for the lead at the line. It's going to be the 57 of Logan Seavey. Just over 1/10 of a second. Cummins still down to the bottom, but the high line the place to be as the 57 rockets onto the back straightaway. He is going to pull away and try to hide here. Cummins going to switch his lineup. He's going to go back to the outside of the speedway. Stockin running in that third spot. Challenge on the outside. Here comes Leary. He gets by Ricky Thornton Jr. for the 4th spot here. Bacon still running in 6. Moles, Danner, Swanson, Burnell still your top 10. In 2021, he was a Western World Champion at Arizona Speedway. He is 1 lap away from another title. Through turns 1 and 2 and on to the back straightway. The caution going to come out instead. Seavey brings us back to green. Consistently bringing him off of the bottom at exit turn number 4. Cummins down to the inside, trying to get a run. Again, denied. Stockin going to close up on him now. They're going to work it at turns 3 and 4. The 92 going to look to the outside. They got a driver working down to the bottom as they come to the wave of the white flag, trying to pick up some positions. Here comes Brady Bacon in the 4. Trying to get a few more here as they work onto the back straightaway for the final time. A champion of the Western World in 2021 and in 2025. He is a champion once again. Logan Seavey wins the 58th running of the Western World Championships. He'll get the rifle and he'll go up top. Race fans, let him hear it.
Man, it's hard. hard to describe the energy down here in Victory Lane for Logan Seavey, who is your 2025 Western World Champion here at Central Arizona Raceway. The first time that we've contested this event at this racetrack, and Logan Seavey absolutely put on a clinic all weekend long. Led every lap tonight, led some laps last night, picked up the victory back-to-back here at Central Arizona Raceway. An absolutely phenomenal performance from Logan Seavey and his Abacus Racing team across 2 nights of really hard, really tough racing. And Logan, you've won a ton of really big races across your career, the Chili Bowl Nationals being just one of them. Where does this one fall on the list?
Oh, this is so cool. I just want to give a huge shout out to Brad and Jerry and Phil and Andy and everybody that worked so hard to get this track where it needs to be to host a big event, and then to round up the money to pay this much money is so cool. So it's just great that they're stepping it up, and I know it's really big for all of Arizona Sprint Car Racing to have this race back. And man, it was a great event all weekend, and I'm sure there's lots more fun to have tonight. But I just want to give a shout out to the Harvey family, Brent, John, both of their families for sticking behind us, and everybody else that has partnered on this thing. Ken Goss is a huge partner of ours, and I know Drop Light come on, and it's at CSI, DRC Chassis, Stanton Engines. What an unbelievable job all year, really, to give us exactly what we need to get some feedback. And like I said, at Lawrenceburg, I was hoping we were back, and we sure as heck proved it tonight and this whole weekend. So, yeah, just so thankful for everybody with Abacus that puts me in such fast race cars, and Darren Pittman and the Sharpley family for keeping me safe in there, and Bell Racing and Sparko Suits. So, like I said, there's so many people that go behind making this car fast, making me comfortable in it and safe, and I just can't be more thankful to be here and racing for big money.
You saw Kyle Cummins pressure you a couple of times there, and he had some pretty good runs on the bottom side of the racetrack. Knowing that tires might be an issue, knowing that fuel might be an issue, where did you find that sweet in between making sure that the 3P didn't get by you and also making sure that you weren't going to burn your stuff up?
Yeah, he said everything I was thinking right away early in the race. Usually when they work the track like that, and it's really fast early, it's really hard on tires because we're running so hard, and we got a full fuel load, and it's really, really hard on tires. Then I saw Jake pop a tire, and I was nervous because I knew I was not saving anything really early. I just couldn't give up the lead to Kyle. He's too good out front, and I'm sure he was thinking the same thing. And I was really glad to see what they did to the track, because I kind of knew the outside would be a little bit better. And then that second start made me nervous that the bottom was going to get cleaned up, and it got better. But I was able to hold him off. And yeah, like I said, right now he's the best in the country, and it was nice to keep him behind us. But I was worried about tires all race. You can just hear them feeling. You're so hard on them here. You're running around here full throttle basically, and speaking of full throttle, that's hard on fuel. So I was actually out there on that last restart. I don't know why. Once we took that first wide, I just had a weird feeling that it wasn't over, and we got that caution, and I knew I had to go again. And I was liking what I was doing on the restarts. I know I was a little bit vulnerable, but I felt better about protecting than I did about moving up and maybe getting an opportunity to slide us. So I thought I did as good as I can on the starts, and the guy behind you has got in the catbird seat to try to make a move, and he tried, but my Abacus 57 was a little too fast tonight, so I'm really proud of these guys. But yeah, like I said, I was out those last 2 laps. I was watching that 35 grand go out the window, and luckily I had just enough to hold on, and the Stanton engine was running just good enough to get me to the line.
A record weekend for Logan Seavey and his Abacus Racing team with the number 57 back-to-back in Victory Lane at the Western World Championship. They close out their AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car season with 2 back-to-back victories.